This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors. So let's talk about some appraisal issues in Las Vegas. How about it?
Okay.
First is, what do you see? Okay, so the current real estate market, what do you see it doing? What's happening out there right now, and from an appraiser's perspective?
Well, we've had a slowdown in recent months, but we expect it to continue going up. In the last few years, you had between a 3 to 12% increase per year in the last couple of years, which is dramatic for any market. But you're also seeing that increase across the United States.
Yeah.
So even though we had the slowdown, especially during the holiday months, we expect that to continue maybe for a month or so, but the summer months you're going to see a big increase, especially because of the arena they're building and some of the other, the NFL, the Hockey League, some of the big things that are being constructed out here, which are going to dramatically increase the demand for housing.
Yeah, I think what we've seen, and I concur entirely on what we've seen as a real estate agent, is that prices have kind of leveled off. Starting about a year ago, we saw things kind of flatten out a little bit. And we have a lot more happening here as well. I mean, we've got more things coming. In terms of the growth, the casinos are building again. Does that impact residential real estate too? The growth of the casinos on the Strip, does that impact us?
Well, that's probably the most major impact we have because it's the biggest employer in the state, at least in the southern state.
Right.
So even though casinos have been now all throughout the United States, we're going to have a large increase in employment for all services. The major impact, I think, though, is still going to be the arena.
Yeah.
With the side impact of the casinos, which is going to be a first time for Southern Nevada.
On TV, we see all these shows about flipping Vegas or flip your Vegas. I don't know what they're talking about. But there's a lot of people doing flips still in Las Vegas. Maybe not as many as there used to be, but there's still quite a few. Is there an impact of flipping houses on our overall market in real estate here, in residential real estate?
Yeah, I think there's an impact. There's an impact because you also have some information where they have an increase in values in the properties, but they don't exclude those properties that have been flipped.
Right.
So that could artificially increase those values and artificially increase the percentage that the houses are increasing in the market. It doesn't reflect the normal market.
Basically, you're talking about two transactions on a property within a very short period of time.
Right.
One where the flipper buys the property, hopefully at a discount that needs a lot of repair, goes in, spends money, fixes it up, and then sells it at a premium afterwards. So you're saying that premium affects the overall values of that neighborhood, perhaps, in some ways.
Well, it does affect the overall values. And as an appraiser, we have to mention both the previous sale and the current sale that we're using for the comparable. And those sales prices, they do impact it because if you look at the percentage where properties go up, say 3 to 12% per year,
right,
in that area, you have a sudden increase, especially if there's a large number. Multifamily units like condos,
right,
especially will have that done because investors will buy 4, 5, 10 of them, rehab those units and then resell them. And then the average price of those in that area jumps up dramatically. And that's not a true estimate of the market increase. It drags the properties up. It's not a negative thing.
Right.
However, since all the properties haven't been rehabbed, you have to be very careful about that, both as a buyer and as a seller, because sellers then have unrealistic expectations.
That's true. That happens quite often.
This has been Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Thanks for listening. And remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. on 101.5 FM, 720 a.m. KDWN.